Hello and welcome to the final game of the season. We have actions only and sacrifice, and I didn't see any way to gain action. Scrap can gain new horses, but seemed too complicated for me to want to try to do. So I went after a more basic strategy. I'll try to trash quickly with scrap and sacrifice, and then use displace to finish the game fast, turn gold into province, province back into gold, so on and so forth until the province pile empties. A handful of chariot races along the way won't really hurt anything. That was my plan. Okay, so there's part one of my plan, sacrifice. My opponent starts differently. They do get the scrap alongside me, but instead of sacrifice, they get a research. They get a research. I understand the research. It might help them hit 5. Maybe I should have picked up the research first. But I wanted the scrap to hit the estate. I didn't want to have the research fight with the scrap. My opponent delays our research here. Scraps an estate. I get a horse for my troubles, I believe, and buy a chariot race. My opponent trashes an estate now. Picks up a chariot race of their own. I pick up another chariot race after trashing a copper. Silver horse on my opponent. Okay, we'll pause here. Critical position. They get a ghost ship. Now, I didn't really believe ghost ship would slow me down enough, and then ghost ship as a terminal of choice didn't really seem like the way to me. But I am overlooking the power of delay on the board. My opponent will actually demonstrate that a lot over the course of this game. I would have picked up a displace there, but because I thought there wasn't really terminal space to play both displace and ghost ship. And besides, for the kind of deck that I'm building with just displace, I just need 2 cards to do things, displace on gold or displace on province. So I thought, you know what, whatever. Ghost ship, do what you have to do. That's fine with me. I trim a copper here with the scrap, and I pick up my displace finally. Yeah, I could get the ghost ship now, but like I said, I felt the displace would do more work. Alright, so let's see. We have competing ideas now. We both trashed down, but and we trashed down differently. Our first 5s were different as well. Our research trims a copper for them as well. Didn't have to, could I get a 5? Same thing with me, but I think trimming the copper is better because of all the chariot races we have around. Another chariot race for them, another silver and horse and chariot race for me. Hello, Ghost Ship, how are you today? I put the expensive cards back on top of the deck, so maybe these chariot races score points. Maybe. Let's see. Hey, it scores 2 points. Wow. Well done, chariot race. Well done. And I get to trash a copper. More chariot races, more top decking of the expensive card. But the top decking is actually hurting because my opponent seems to be trashing more quickly than I am. I don't know if that's shuffles or if that's research or if it's a ghost ship, probably a combination of all of them. But I don't think I have anything terrible to complain about with my shuffles. So likely the choice of trash and the ghost ship is actually causing problems, more problems than I gave it credit for. I pick up a second displace because of all this ghost ship action. So critically, I haven't hit gold yet, and I would have liked to have had a gold at this point. But now that I'm being hit by ghost ship, hitting gold is extremely difficult. Should have had that gold before the ghost ship started to come out. But it's not the case, and that is going to prove to be a serious hindrance to me here. As my opponent's deck gets thinner, faster, and the ghost ship keeps coming out. There's also an excellent target for Chariot Race, which scored my opponent a point on their last turn. They go ahead and delay at Displace now. So what they can do at this point is every other turn delay the Displace. So they could Displace, gain something, and then play the Ghost Ship as well. And then on the other turn, they play their Ghost Ship, delay the Displace. And they get value from that because Displace gains cards. I am on both turns, the Ghost Ship gets played. So they can actually, kind of play with double terminal thanks to delay here. So you could sacrifice your whole buy just for delay, and Displace can go back and forth between provinces and gold and put you towards an endgame. And the Ghost Ship will be keeping you, keeping your opponent, me in this case, under manners. I delay a horse here, that should help, offset some of the Ghost Ship damage. My opponent, yeah, they had to play their Displace there. I guess the best target they had was a copper, unfortunately for them. I don't think they have a gold yet, but it has to be close for them. If these Chariot Races score, I think they might get the gold. They have some silver, at least one, I think. Here's the Ghost Ship. Again, I should have top deck expensive cards here so that my Chariot Races may have won. It would not have mattered because the Ghost Ship was on top of the deck for them there. I tried to draw on here to find something helpful. Find nothing helpful, so I just buy a Monastery, pass it back. Delayed Horse for my opponent, gives them actions again. Chariot Race scores, Displace, exiles the research into gold. That's how they get their gold. Gold scores another point. Scrap trashes the estate into a horse, probably. And their deck is very thin. Their deck is very thin. They have the Ghost Ship, they have the Displace, and they have a couple Chariot Races. And the Chariot Races will reliably score points for them because their deck is thin. They bought a province there. Perfectly reasonable. What am I doing? Nothing. Floundering with some poor Chariot Races. I get a gold here of my own, finally. So that is helpful. But we will not get to see that gold in a hurry because of the Ghost Ship. Luckily, we don't get hit with it here, but it is coming. It is coming. Displace, exiles the province, gains a gold. They pick up what? A replace now. So, they could start junking me and gaining provinces. Hooray. I win one Chariot Race there because I found my gold. And now, well, I have to do the thing that they did, which is gain a province by exiling a gold. Province is here. I need to see my Displace to turn that province back into a gold and go back and forth that way. My opponent scraps and gets a plus buy, so they could delay 2 cards, which will be Displace and Replace. Okay, very good for them. I hope they have targets in their hand. I scrap a silver to draw. Doesn't draw me into anything meaningful. I could have delayed that scrap as well, but greediness. Greediness. Alright, so they displace our gold into a province. Good for them. Replaces our copper into an estate. Gives me a curse. Unhappy purple times have begun. Here's the Ghost Ship. So they get to play 3 terminals here because of that delay. Displace, replace, Ghost Ship. That is better. That is better. That is like Tactician in the sense that they give up a turn to have a bigger one next turn. And you know what? Tactician is a great card and is many times the right thing to do, to just give up this hand to have a bigger hand next turn. Oh, look how sad these Chariot Races are. I could have saved that one as well, but greediness is a problem. All of them bounced off my opponent's province. I had a small connection issue here. Let me skip past it. Yeah, all right. So we're back in the game. Um, I just passed the turn, and this was my opponent's next turn. Charioteers, scrap an estate for a plus buy. The displace gains gold back, and Ghost Ship comes out. They buy a province and probably delays. Yeah, they replace. Um, yeah, it's not looking good for me here, and I decide to call it a game and a match. So we finish this one 4-2. We end the season on 19.5 points, which is a decent showing. We will guarantee promotion into the C division next turn, and we will be at minimum joint leaders of this D division. So fairly successful season all in all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next season. Division C.